hope you're doing good on the eve of another West Ham game. Bloody hell. Not sure I'm mentally ready for this, but yeah, we are. Tomorrow night, 24 hours time, we're playing another game of football. Bloody hell. It's really hard, isn't it, to know whether it's a good thing or not. Part of me thinks I want us to play another game quickly so we can recover and hopefully put in a good performance. But then there's the other part of me that feels like I'm not confident we're going to do well. So, yeah, it's very. I'm certainly not going into it with much belief or confidence, but you never know with West Ham. Before I get into the videos, a couple of things I want to talk about. Firstly, the support from this channel has been fabulous. Really do appreciate everything that everyone's doing, the likes and the hype in. So if you're not a subscriber, do double check, subscribe and join us on this journey of being a West Ham fan. Because let's be honest, it's just laugh a minute, isn't it? It's just an absolute joy. It never stops, Anyway, look, it's always fun. So I really do appreciate the support. So yeah, if you can, great. And obviously, as I say, keep going with the likes and everything else and comments. And it's a great community here. So I really do appreciate that. Also, as well, I want to say about our competition we do with BETMATE, which was a fantasy team we did for the West Ham Brentford game. Had a lot of entrants in that, which I was really pleased about. So I really do appreciate that as well. Harry likes one. He won 35 quid in his BETMATE account. Plus, he gets an item from the Iron Threads shop. So before you're sort of wondering what I'm talking about, Iron Threads, I'm just going to show you now. This is the Iron Threads shop here. So Iron Threads, they do lots of bits and pieces. And I'm going to scroll through here. So Harry gets to pick anything he wants here. You got caps, you got hoodies, you got hats, t-shirts. Oh, I really like that yellow one, to be honest with you. Even the jacket, Iron Essential jacket. It's very nice. Got some t-shirts there, polo tops. Do you know what? Some really lovely products in there. And yeah, I would certainly recommend going to check it out anyway. And you can get a discount, by the way, for West Ham. If you put in West Ham Way 10, all as one word, you get a 10% discount on it. But Harry, you get to go and pick what you want on there. So what I need you to do, Harry, is to email me on admin@thewesthamway.com. Drop me an email and then you can let me know what you want and we'll get it sent over to you, mate. So, but well done, and well done to the other winners as well. I think the top 9 people got some money back on that in their account. So yeah, really good. So I just want to get that done first and talk about Harry and his winnings, which is great. And now it's on to talk about West Ham, which is where the mood starts to come down. Actually, I want to start off. I've got the videos regarding Callum Wilson. I'm going to come to that in a bit. I just want to first of all to talk about Nuno's press conference. I've done this recently and I want to kind of keep this theme going. So we'll talk about what he had to say and we can sort of discuss it a little bit before I get onto the Callum Wilson stuff. So this is what Nuno said to the press. I'm going to read it out and then we can just sort of talk about it around it. Yeah. First of all, it says, we have problems that we're trying to solve. It was not good enough on Monday, and we know that we have to improve. He's too bloody right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that statement. That's fine. It was awful, but I have to say, I felt that a lot of it sits with him, to be honest with you, in terms of his lineup. The improvement must come from the players and the manager. They have to take full responsibility to win their own game and their own duels, and then for sure, as a team, we're going to improve. I do agree with him on that point in terms of winning the duels. I do think that we have got a lot of individuals here that just are not fighting hard enough, that aren't up for the fight. Talked about Jared Bowen, that I'm not impressed with his leadership. I think we lack leadership on the pitch, but. And this is what I was saying about the leading by example. It was how, Bowen leads by example. By the way, I don't want to keep criticising Bowen, but I love Jared Bowen. He's a wonderful player for us, right? He's our best player. So I don't want people to think that I'm really sick of it. I'm not. I just don't like the fact we keep leaning on this. He's a leader. He leads by example. Well, we don't see that. That's my point. And I think that's kind of what that statement says there. They're not winning their own duels. And I think he's part of that, really. I think we started well on Monday. And during the first 20 minutes or so, we had a good game. I think it was a bit less than that, but fine. We were not able to sustain it, which was the main disappointment. I think that was down to the many factors. Brentford adjusted well and started to take the game to us, and then we were imprecise, we rushed things, and we showed anxiety, all of which affected our game. I don't think you can necessarily... I mean, don't get me wrong, I really do like Nuno as a bloke. He seems to understand, obviously, football really well. He's not a bad manager, is he? I mean, I know what he did on Monday was alarming in terms of the lineup. But he talks well, and I think he understands things. But the problem was as well, the lineup was bad. The personnel were in the right places. And I think that's what made us vulnerable as well. And I think it looked like players were confused and a bit lost as well, I would say. He said, we can't hide from what has happened. It's now down to us to connect with all the fans again. It's up to us to make sure the fans go to the stadium and see something they enjoy. I'm working with the players every day. I see the quality we've got and the talent. And we've got loads of talent. It's brilliant. All right, and we're going to be. It's a problem we've got to solve. We look forward to playing against Leeds on Friday night. I don't want to keep hearing about. I've got to be honest. You know this whole, oh, I just want the fans to come and we want that connection. The fans can all be excited to come to watch West Ham. The reality is we're so far away from that now. We're not a club that can be going, God, you know what? I would love to see us play some beautiful football. I would love us to go on that pitch and play like PSG and ping the ball. Like, let's be realistic here. The situation West Ham are in, we're in a dogfight to stay in this Premier League. We've got no luxuries at all of thinking, well, I hope we play some lovely football. It's literally like if we grind out results to the end of the season and stay up, then that's good enough, I think, for anyone. So I don't think it's anything really to do with fans being happy with what they're seeing. We're miles off that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd like to see it, but I just think it's not what the message is at the moment. Do you know what I mean? This is him carrying on. He said, you have to detect the problems that you have, then address them and improve the team. But more than anything, you have to be together to create a bond and to be able to be as strong as individuals, transform that. It does feel like we've heard this quite a lot, doesn't it? We heard this all from Lopetegui, we heard it from Potter, and now we're in it again. It starts now from Friday. We must transform that frustration from Monday night into commitment and motivation when we can play against the Leeds and we have to make. I mean, he's quite bullish in what he's saying. What he's basically saying is we expect to see a much better performance on Friday night. I mean, it's got to be, isn't it? I mean, West Ham have to win on Friday night. All of the players, as long as they're healthy, are options to us, but we need them. It's a collective. He's talking about the injury situation. So yeah, okay, I'm going to move forward from that because there's nothing really to talk about. Individuals working to deliver to the team. We have as a team to improve to improve Lucas Paqueta, to get the best out of him. I think we have the pieces. We need to speed. We have the speed up front, for example, but we've got to find solutions to get the best out of these players. I think Jared Bowen is someone who can deliver, but we're not expecting only Jared to be scoring goals. I think we have a lot of goals across the team to win matches, including from centre halves. Look, I don't want to be too critical of Nuno here, but this is the guy that didn't start off with a striker. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not like we need goals. It's like, well, we're not even playing with a striker. You know, playing Paqueta up front was ridiculous, in my opinion. I think Paqueta's been crap for a long time. Really overrated at West Ham. Someone showed up the stats the other day. I haven't got them in front of me, but it really poor in terms of assists and goals in 100 games. It's not good. I thought it was really disappointing. I think sort of summarised Paqueta at West Ham, really. I think it's been very overhyped, in my opinion. I mean, he's a good player. I'm not saying he's bad, but he ain't delivered very much for us, let's be honest. Obviously, the big thing he did deliver was the goal in that final. That was that ball is what I remember him for. But I've got to admit, many games don't kind of go, oh, Paqueta bossed that game. Far too often he's not good enough. So in terms of conceding goals, it's not down to who the goalkeeper is, because we as a team concede those goals. It's up to who decides is the best in front of as a team, and all the positions across the team, all the places are open for competition. He talks about Leeds. We're clearly aware it's going to be a very tough game. Leeds are a very good team. Do you know what I get really sick of, right? Is managers that always say, oh, they're a really good team. They're really hard. Why don't you just say, right? There's no discredit to Leeds because they are, I'm not saying they're crap, but just say, like, this is a winnable game. If we want to stay in this league, these are the games we need to win. Why don't you say something like that rather than go, oh, we know that Leeds are really tough. This is going to be a really hard game. Well, if you're saying that about Leeds, you're saying that about every single Premier League game. We know that the games are tough, but there are easier games than others. And Leeds is a game that we should be looking to win, right? Stop trying to make every game I'm sick of it. It's like that sort of PR crap that they get from managers. I'm just bored of it. Anyway, that's what he said. A bit of something and nothing. As you see, I'm still quite frustrated with it all. And like I said the other day, I'm tired of talking. Hate the talking. I know he has to do it. It's his press conference, right? Be a bit of a boring Chris because he didn't say anything. But I just feel like they need to be a bit more honest when they talk. I don't like keep hearing the old cliches and stuff and the togetherness. We're working so hard to this togetherness. It's like, just say, like, this has been a terrible performance. We will respond. We've been, just say, like, at the end of the day, these players have to buck their ideas up. This is a game we can go and win, and we're going to go there to try and get 3 points. I'd rather hear that. That would get me more excited rather than just the old cliches all the time. Anyway, enough of Nuno, on to Callum Wilson. So we had an update from ExWHUEemployee earlier today in regards to Callum Wilson. So there's this suggestion is, and I'm certainly feeling it, that Callum Wilson's not playing because of his appearance-related payments. You know what I mean? That's basically, he's on a very low wage, but he gets a big bump up based on appearances and goals and things. Obviously, he hasn't played 1 minute since Nuno arrived. I don't think that's good for Callum Wilson or the team, because it's going to be demoralising for him, and he's then going to be walking to training being once upon a time a guy with a big grin on his face and mucking around and keeping the mood up, suddenly probably being really pissed off and thinking, why am I at West Ham? So I don't think it's good for that. And I wouldn't put it past the club that they're suggesting we don't want to be spending too much money on this, but it's been denied. So this has come from ExWHUEmployee today. West Ham have denied that Callum Wilson is not being picked because he's on a very high appearance fee. Many fans have been baffled by the England forward's inability to get minutes under the new manager and have speculated that it is more for financial reasons that is happening rather than selection. We've done our research and asked the questions around the club. The notion was completely denied by the club, who were told that the manager just simply doesn't fancy him. I just don't get that. What Callum Wilson, who scored against Nuno, Callum Wilson that actually came on against Nottingham Forest and played pretty well and looked good and scored a good goal. And actually, I thought he was quite effective. I actually think what we've seen of Wilson so far this season, he's looked all right. I don't know why we're suddenly now. No, we haven't got him. We haven't got Nicholas Fulkrug available. Callum Marshall, don't get me wrong. I want to see him getting opportunities, but he just doesn't look Premier League ready to me at the moment. He's still, and he's only going to get better by getting opportunities, but he's not. You can just see he's not ready to be going. Yeah, you're starting, you're in. I just don't get it. So I don't understand this sort of notion that managers doesn't like Wilson. It's so frustrating. So I'm not really buying this. Like, I'm as much as like it's come from X. I'm not saying it's bad. It's wrong news, but I just don't agree with it. Something just ain't adding up. You know what I mean? And I hate this. I really, the last week we need Wilson. We need him to be in a good mood and up and smiling and going out that pitch and wanting to do well for us. Flipping hell, we're lacking character in this team, and he's someone that's got it. So I'd rather have him playing. He said all eyes will turn tomorrow to see what the team selection is after a baffling one on Monday. I'm going to do a video tomorrow lunchtime, which will be the team news leading into the game. We'll talk about that then. I'm going to save all that kind of stuff for then, and we'll talk about. And we have a bit of team news then from X, obviously, and we can talk about it. But that's the news we've got at the moment. Thanks for watching the video. Of course, as always, I'll come up, as I say, back tomorrow afternoon, and we'll have a chat about the team update and all that kind of stuff, and leading into yet another delightful West Ham game. Can't wait. Anyway, have a good one. Come on, you irons.